good day to you, and welcome to our weekly news roundup on Africa Today News New York. My name is Favor Aham, and these are the stories that made talking points for us in the week that just ended. On Monday, we began the week by informing you that the government of the United States revealed that it had taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria over their roles in undermining the democratic process during Nigeria's 2023 election cycle. On the same day, we reported that presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP Peter Obi told the Presidential Election Petition Court PEPC that the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has refused to produce 70% of the electoral documents he requested to facilitate the prosecution of his petition. Obi, who came third in the 25th February presidential election, is challenging the conduct and outcome of the polls. Still on Monday, we brought you the report that Nigeria's President-elect Bola Tinubu and the presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party NNPP Rabiu Kwankwaso reportedly met behind closed doors in France as the latter prepares to join his government. On Tuesday, we informed you that Nigeria's Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, stated that the bill which seeks to control the migration of doctors abroad for medical practice was rejected by the federal government. The bill, which is before the National Assembly, is still raising some dust, prompting threats by doctors that they might proceed on a 5-day warning strike if the bill sails through. On the same day, we reported that no fewer than 4 staffs of the United States Embassy in Nigeria were shot dead in a Barwi local government area of Anambra State. According to eyewitnesses, the convoy of the embassy officials came under fire as it was passing through the area. We also reported on Tuesday that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Atiku Abubakar, expressed disbelief as the call by the United States Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken with President-elect Bola Tinubu over diplomatic ties between the countries. He says that the move was against democratic ideals and rule of law that America is known for. On Wednesday, we brought you the report that the ruler of Ghana's Ashanti people called out the British Museum as condemned to return gold items in its collection to his country. The museum's collection includes works taken from the Ashanti Palace in Kumasi during the war with the British of 1874. On the same day, we reported that dominance display from Manchester City was enough to end Real Madrid's hopes of clinching a 15th Champions League title at the Etihad as citizens' final clash with the Italian giants Inter Milan. On Thursday, against the backdrop of the ongoing litigations and protests intended to stop the inauguration of Nigeria's president-elect and his deputy Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, the Nigerian presidency came out to insist that the event would hold as scheduled on the 29th of May. On the same day, the government of the United States announced it has 1,419 deployed nuclear warheads in its arsenal as it called on Russia to release its data. The U.S. Department of State said it was releasing the information publicly as part of its commitment under the New START Treaty appearing to reverse an earlier decision not to share the data. Still on Thursday, we reported that the Sultan of Sokoto and the spiritual head of Muslims in Nigeria, Alhaji Saad Abubakar III, came out to lament the resurgence of insecurity across the country, describing it as unfortunate and alarming. On Friday, we reported that Kenyan President William Ruto once again lambasted the two warring Sudanese generals, calling on them to stop the fighting that has entered its second month and embrace peace. We also brought you the reports that the governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, came out to allege that the chairperson of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdul Rashad Bawa, asked him to give him $2 million. We also reported that popular social critic and former Kaduna Senator Shehu Sani called on Bola Tinubu to carry out a holistic probe on the outgoing government led by President Muhammadu Buhari over the level of humongous corruption that was perpetrated under it. Finally, on Saturday, we reported that Abubakar Yunusa Ahmad, who is a member of the House of Representatives Committee on Loans, Aid and Debt Management, came out to clarify that in spite of approval given to the President Muhammadu Buhari administration to take an $800 million loan, the lawmakers would not allow the outgoing government to spend the money. Lastly, we reported that the former governor of Zamfara State and the senator-elect representing Zamfara West, Abdulaziz Yari, came out to assert that it would be unfair to the northern part of the country for leaders of the three arms of government to hail from the southern part of the country. He insisted that the position of the next Senate president be left for the north. Now that's been it for our weekly news roundup on Africa Today News New York. My name is Favor Aham. Thank you for watching.